At 64, Enya finally confirms the rumors. For decades, Enya's ethereal voice and haunting melodies have captivated millions worldwide, yet the woman behind the music has remained shrouded in mystery. How did a young girl from a small Irish village transform into one of the best-selling artists in history without ever chasing the limelight? Now, at 64, Enya has reportedly confirmed a long-time rumor that fans have quietly wondered about for years. And this revelation lands at a moment of profound personal change. In September 2025, Nicky Ryan, her longtime creative partner and producer, passed away at St. Vincent's Private Hospital in Dublin at the age of 79, leaving the music world to wonder what the future holds for one of its most private and beloved figures. From layered vocals recorded in a converted garden shed to the peaceful sanctuary of her castle home, Enya's story is unlike any other in music. Echoes. The long-held rumor revealed. For years, Enya's mystique has fueled endless speculation. Behind the angelic voice and otherworldly compositions, many wondered about the quieter truths she kept from public view. Now, at 64, she has reportedly confirmed what fans have whispered about for a long time, a rumor that offers a direct glimpse into the person behind the music. Enya has never married and has no children, and she has been open about the fact that this was entirely her choice. As she stated plainly in a Guardian interview, that "I'm not married and don't have children has been my choice. I don't feel I've missed out in any way. At school, other girls talked about getting married, but it was never on my list of things to do." Yahoo! This confirmation does more than settle gossip. It illuminates how deeply Enya has lived on her own terms, not just artistically, but personally. In an era where celebrity culture demands constant self-revelation, she chose silence and solitude, and did so with no apparent regret. It is a reminder that fulfillment can look very different from what the world expects of a global superstar. Early life in Ireland. Enya, born in Ní on May 17, 1961, grew up in the small village of Gweedore, County Donegal, Ireland. As the sixth of 9 children, her childhood was wrapped in music, language, and community. Her parents opened Leo's Tavern in 1968, which became a hub for local musicians and performers, nurturing the Brennan family's deep connection to Irish musical tradition. Growing up in a region where Irish Gaelic was the primary language, Enya's exposure to folklore and native culture shaped her artistic sensibilities from the very start. She began piano lessons at age 4 and participated in singing competitions throughout her childhood. A boarding school experience at Milford College at age 11 broadened her musical education further, introducing her to classical music and the arts. After finishing school, she briefly considered becoming a music teacher, studying classical music formally. But the pull of her own creative voice proved stronger than any conventional path. Her family band Clannad, already building success in the Celtic music world, was both an inspiration and a creative tension that would ultimately push her toward independence. Joining Clannad and the leap to solo work. Before the world knew the name Enya, she contributed as a keyboardist and backing vocalist to Clannad's early albums. But she quietly nurtured aspirations for something entirely her own. A turning point came in 1982 during a band tour in Switzerland, when tensions within Clannad prompted the departure of manager Nicky Ryan and lyricist Roma Ryan. Enya chose to leave with them, embracing uncertainty for the sake of artistic freedom. The three moved to Dublin and, facing real financial difficulty, converted a garden shed in the Ryan family's backyard into a makeshift recording studio they called Eagle Studios. Enya became part of the Ryan family, working and even living in their home, as the trio worked intensively to build what would become her distinctive sound. Enya supported herself by selling her saxophone and giving piano lessons. Their collaboration on the 1984 film soundtrack The Frog Prince marked the first official use of the simplified stage name Enya. Everything from those lean early years fed into the meticulous, layered approach to music that would define her career. The Irish Times. Building the Enya sound. Working with Nicky Ryan as producer and Roma Ryan as lyricist, Enya developed a technique of layering her own voice hundreds of times to create rich, immersive harmonies. This was not just a stylistic choice, it was a philosophy. Every note had to feel right. Every album was the result of years of refinement, never commercial pressure. Her self-titled 1987 debut was a quiet introduction. But it was the 1988 release of Watermark that changed everything. Its lead single Orinoco Flow topped the UK charts for 3 weeks and introduced millions to Enya's sweeping vocal landscapes. The album broke down genre boundaries entirely, proving that contemplative, atmospheric music could captivate a mainstream audience. Roma Ryan's poetic lyrics, drawing on mythology and nature, complemented the sound perfectly, and Nicky Ryan's production ensured every layer merged into something timeless. Worldwide success and enduring influence. The success of Watermark launched Enya onto the international stage permanently. Her albums have sold between 80 and 100 million copies worldwide, placing her among the top-selling musical acts in history, a staggering achievement for music this quiet and introspective. Her 1991 album Shepherd Moons cemented her global reputation, and by 2001, the song Only Time had become a genuine anthem of healing in the aftermath of the September 11 attacks, its soothing presence on radio and television offering comfort during a period of collective grief. Beyond commercial success, Enya earned 4 Grammy Awards, a Golden Globe, and an Academy Award nomination. Yet her influence has only deepened in recent years. In December 2024, Creepin', the hit by Metro Boomin, The Weeknd, and 21 Savage, built around samples from Enya's 1986 track Boadicea, won the BMI London Song of the Year, with composition credits formally recognizing both Enya and Nicky Ryan. It is a striking example of how her music continues to infiltrate popular culture decades after it was first recorded. Enya reportedly helped choose the song's title, rejecting several options before approving Creepin', which Metro Boomin described as simply the best name for it. Wikiwand Irish Star. Then, in February 2025, came another honor. Enya's 1988 album Watermark was named the RT Choice Music Prize Classic Irish Album for 2025, with Enya saying it has a special place in my heart and calling it an honor to be chosen for this prize recognizing Irish music. True to form, she did not attend the ceremony in Dublin to collect it in person. Irish Central. The price of privacy. Enya's career has always been defined as much by what she chose not to do as by what she achieved. She never toured. She rarely gave interviews. She declined award ceremonies with a consistency that baffled industry insiders but resonated deeply with fans who came to respect her boundaries. Despite her massive success, Enya has never performed a solo concert or engaged in typical celebrity activities. Her perfectionism demanded time and solitude. Albums were sometimes separated by years because she refused to release music until it genuinely felt right. Her refusal to conform to the pop star template paradoxically only deepened the loyalty of her audience, people who sensed that what they were receiving was never manufactured, never rushed, and never compromised. Yahoo! Life beyond the spotlight. Enya lives in Manderley Castle, an impressive residence in Killiney, South Dublin, boasting stunning views of the Irish Sea, which she purchased in 1997, and she shares it with her 12 cats. Security measures were installed after encounters with stalkers in the years following her peak fame. Inside the castle, she personally selects every detail of its decoration, crafting a sanctuary that reflects her need for calm and beauty. Metro Newsline. Her personal beliefs lean toward spirituality rather than formal religion. She collects paintings by Irish and British artists and enjoys painting herself, though she rarely shares the work publicly. Her reading tastes run to treasured first editions of classics by Daphne du Maurier and Oscar Wilde. As of 2025, Enya's net worth is estimated at $150 million, making her one of the wealthiest women in the music industry, achieved without extensive touring, a rarity at her level of success. My bum. Recent years and what comes next. The past year has brought Enya's most significant personal loss. Nicky Ryan, the music producer behind all 8 of her official albums and an irreplaceable creative partner since the very beginning of her solo career, passed away in September 2025. His loss marks the end of a partnership unlike almost any other in music history. For Enya, who has always said that without Nicky and Roma, Enya wouldn't exist, the grief is both personal and profound. The Irish Times. And yet the music world watches, quietly hopeful. Reports have circulated suggesting Enya and Roma Ryan may still be working on new material, with liner notes from the 2023 vinyl reissue of A Box of Dreams hinting at future collaboration. Whether a new album ever materializes remains beautifully, characteristically uncertain. What is certain is this: Enya's story, from a girl singing in Guidor to a castle-dwelling icon whose voice has comforted millions, is one of the most remarkable in music history. She built a legacy not through relentless visibility, but through profound restraint. She confirmed the rumor that she has never married and has no children, and in doing so, reminded the world that the life she chose was never incomplete. It was simply, entirely, hers.